If you're like me, you're always looking to make sustainable swaps through your home. Maybe something that's not wrapped in plastic, doesn't use harmful chemicals, and hopefully doesn't involve chopping down any trees. Well, luckily, it seems like there's more and more alternatives every day that I love to use at home and help keep our earth beautiful at the same time. Y'all know I always use the saying, put your money where your heart is, and trying to create a more sustainable home, a more earth-friendly home is actually one of the priorities in the Tanksley household. So, we use a lot of natural house cleaning products. We try to limit the amount of plastic bottles we use in our household. Well, another one of our favorite sustainable swaps is Real Paper. Real makes a sustainable toilet paper that uses fast-growing bamboo and is always shipped in plastic-free packaging, even down to the tape on the box. The great thing about bamboo is that it's actually a grass, just like a lawn. It can be cut and regenerated without harming the plant or the soil. So they're able to harvest the same plant over and over instead of cutting down trees. And this is certainly preferable over the usual plastic wrapped toilet paper that is from our old growth forests, right? So you're chopping down trees that took years upon hundreds of years to grow to make toilet paper. That's not something that we're going to be able to replace within our lifetime, where when you're getting Real Paper, you're able to get toilet paper from something that is replenished within probably, how fast grass grow, you think, babe?
Couple weeks. Yeah.
That's a completely different situation. So the conventional stuff contributes to deforestation, habitat loss, and all for something that we use once, then flush down the toilet. I like Real Paper. I feel like it works well because obviously we also want something that actually does the job it's supposed to do, which is keeping us clean. And I feel like Real works great. And also one thing about Real and toilet paper in general, it's a consumable product, meaning you use it up and eventually you run out. Well, Real offers a subscription, so your toilet paper is delivered to your door, which is super duper convenient. Because y'all remember in 2020 when people run out of toilet paper, it was the worst thing ever. Well, you ain't never got to worry about that with Real. Real is available in an easy, hassle-free subscription or for a one-time purchase on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping and 100% recyclable plastic-free packages. If you head to realpaper.com/argue and sign up for a subscription using our code ARGUE at checkout, you'll automatically get 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's REELPAPER.com/argue. Or enter promo code ARGUE to get 30% off your first order plus free shipping. So let's stop flushing our forests and give Real tree-free paper a try. 0 trees, 0 plastic, 0 compromise with Real. What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Akita Moore, also blessed to be known as Angel Tanksley, also known as That Chick Angel, and I'm joined by my fine husband, just debonair, dashing, sexy, all the things above, and the other co-hosts of this podcast. Tell them who you are. Oh, I mean, when the loving is as good as I get, you can see why there's a smile on my face. You can see why there's a pep in my step. Y'all ask why I have all this energy? Because he is my energy rod, honey.
Yes.
Everything I need plus some. As my mother would say, all that plus a bag of chips plus tax. That's who you are.
All right.
Tell them about yourself, babe.
I'm Marcus Tanksley, the other host of This Is Gonna Cause an Argument. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, we greatly appreciate it. If you a repeat, we appreciate that even more. This is a weekly podcast. In case you didn't know, we do it every single week. We talk about any and everything we got dang feel like it.
Yeah, we do.
Relationship stuff, politics, family, you. And we are joined by, of course, you already heard from one of our sponsors. We got 4 more. You're going to hear about them. Make sure you support them. Use the promo codes. But we are also joined by our immediate family. They're the people on Patreon. They watching us, listening to us live right now as we record. We were talking to them before we started. They're going to talk to us all through this episode, so you're going to hear us responding to them. And you can join the Patreon for the low.
$5
a month.
$5.
Okay? All you got to do is go to patreon.com/thatchickangel.
Come on, babe.
Hey, y'all done took me 9 years. Figure that out.
Yes.
But anyway, I just wanted to say this real quick. This color scheme was a pure accident.
If you're watching us
If
on
you
my
watching
YouTube
it.
channel,
Yeah,
that's
if
your
you
Gangel
watching.
TV.
If you listening, we both got on black and white rocking it. I realized once I stepped out of the house I wore the wrong shoes, but I don't think y'all can see them.
Ooh, I like that. Why don't you like the shoes
because
with
the
them?
gray don't really go with this stark black and white.
Oh, no, it does, babe.
I
You
don't think
fire.
it does. Anyway,
He look good.
yeah, that was an accident.
Head to
That
toe.
Angel,
Lick him up.
Angel,
Angel
looked
what?
like she was locked up and turned her prison suit into
Come
something
on,
sexy
stylish.
something stylish.
Orange is the new
to
black.
seduce the warden to let her out.
Somebody told me I look like Beetlejuice. I'm here for it.
No, you look good.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, y'all gonna. I don't know about Angel. Y'all gonna see me fighting through low energy. I don't know why.
You gonna get over it.
I'm gonna get over it. We've been celebrating Angel's birthday, and we was traveling, came back from New Orleans.
New
favorite
Orleans.
city in America right now.
Absolutely.
Love it. We landed, went to Starbucks, and then went to a yacht party.
Hey.
Angel, in that order.
Yes, he is. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes,
So
we
we was
did.
on the yacht, docked back at the dock, off the yacht, drove to the house, got ready, and then had Angel's 40+2 birthday party.
Yes, we did.
That was Sunday. All that was Sunday. And then yesterday, of course, was the 4th of July. And we celebrated that too. Well, we celebrated black folks and just watched fireworks.
We just lived. You hear me?
We just lived. Yeah, lived good. And then we stayed up late with it because our cousin that came back around, and we miss her dearly.
Yes.
We was up watching TV with her till about 2:30. And then we got today started this morning. So it's yeah.
Yeah, I had to get back to work. But I'm happy to be back. I'm blessed that I was able to celebrate just the way it was like my redo for my 40th. So I'm just really glad that I got to celebrate the way I like to celebrate. I like to go hard in the paint for my birthday. I just feel like everybody should honestly celebrate their birthdays like they've lost their mind, because it's always a blessing to still be in the building. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always a blessing. Marcus briefly mentioned them, but I want to tell you who our sponsors will be as we bring them up. Because, listen, we're grateful. It's the reason why we're able to do this. We're able to hire a producer for our podcast to look so great. And so you already heard from Rio, but we'll also be talking about BetterHelp, Haya, Rothy's, and Ritual. So you'll learn about them more later in the podcast. But, yeah, we are both tired.
Yeah.
So I'm giving y'all, when I tell you I'm about to give y'all all I got, I'm emptying the clip. I'm emptying the tank. I'm not reserving anything later.
And that was one of the things, the reason I wanted to go on the yacht with you. I was like, no, you go ahead and go. Y'all have a good time. You was like, nah, I want you there. Because I was thinking, we going to still party later. Well, Angel can muster the energy. I can't always muster that energy.
That's what he get, because he was already like, no, I'm going on the yacht. Then he tried to renege on that.
I try my best. No, you know who can have my spot?
He tried to renege, and I was like, no, sir, you said you wanted to be on there, and I don't want to hear it. And one, I enjoyed my husband being around me, but two, I didn't want to hear nothing like, yeah, but for your birthday, you got to go on the yacht for your girlfriends. You know, you would have did it. You would have did the hand snatch. Mm-hmm. Girlfriends, it's not a nice trip.
It's the girls.
Oh, you just switch it up. Oh, with the
Whatever it is.
underhand.
I don't know how it goes.
I know you'd have got better than I have.
Y'all do the air snatch. What is that anyway?
It's gathering you.
Y'all stupid.
Gathering.
Black women are so
pull
annoying.
It together. No, we are the best thing ever. Plus,
y'all just come up with everything, man.
All the things. All right, you guys, we are going to do a hot Tanksley take.
Hot Tanksley take.
This wasn't given to us by our producer. Well, the segment was, but what we're going to talk about is something that actually one of our Patreons sent us right before we started the podcast, and I thought it was such a good suggestion. It was from Tiffany H. Tiffany Hornsby. Oh, excuse me, Dr. Tiffany Hornsby. Hey. We're not going to actually play the audio because it's too long. We don't want to take up all of our segment with it. But it was Egypt.
I'll play just the beginning of it.
Well, because it takes them a while to get into the topic. If y'all don't know who Egypt is, hold on. Egypt and Mike, they are a married couple. They've been on Black Love as well. Maybe the season we were on, to be honest. But they talked about If you would, you wanna
No, go
get
ahead.
more? She had went into a store that she hadn't been in lately, I think is what she said, and she ran into a woman she hadn't seen in a while, and she was like, "Oh, I watched your show with your husband, and girl, you are blessed. Your husband is fine, right?" She's like, "I know you must be happy, right?" And she laughed about it, moved along with about her day. So she told her husband about the conversation. And he was like, "Wait, that didn't make you okay with that? You okay with her being like, oh, your husband's fine?" And she was like, "I didn't see nothing wrong with it." And he was like, "That must be a girl thing to do." Yes, it's Egypt Sherrod, excuse me. That's a girl thing to do. And he was breaking down the way men allow for their wife or significant other to be complimented by other men.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, what is your hot take? How do you feel about men complimenting your wife? And I'll give my take on how I feel about people complimenting you.
Well, first he thought that was weird. I wanted to take his take on that too. I never really found it weird for women to compliment another woman's husband, because women do it all the time. It's like, especially if a man is like done up, like let's say he got on a suit. "Oh, girl, he's handsome. He's fine. He's this, is that." A woman's fine and a man's fine is two different things coming out of their mouth.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about this.
A woman can say, "Oh, he's fine," and just meaning, "Oh, he's attractive," and mean nothing about it. But usually when a man hears that a woman's fine, y'all don't realize how dirty man's minds can be. So when a man hears somebody call his wife fine, or "Oh, she fine," that goes somewhere completely different.
You're saying that his insinuation, what he's saying is insinuating a lot more?
Yes. Then she's just attractive. If she was attractive, he was like, "Oh, she's pretty," or "she's attractive," versus, "Oh, nah, she fine." Especially if this is the way he said, "Oh, yeah, she fine." Like, you don't hear dudes just say, call a woman that's attractive or just has nothing behind it. It's just, "Oh, fine." But with that, with somebody, like, I do agree with him on when he was saying there's different things. Usually a man first meeting somebody, or usually he said it depends on how long you've known that person, or how long you've known the person that you're dating, or the person giving the compliment. If it's somebody, me and Angel, he said, if it's a girl I just met, we talking, and dudes to put me and say, "Oh man, she's fine." That's cool. But it ain't gonna be your boy that you've known for 15, 20 years, and you've been married to your wife for 5 or 6 years, and he knows your wife and be like, "Oh yeah, she's fine." It's like, that's a little, for man to man, talking about some man's wife, that's different. However, I will say it would be okay if somebody, "Oh yeah, his wife is beautiful." It's like, that's a respectful way to say she's an attractive woman. Because you tell your dude, "Hey, your boy, he's getting married. Known them both for years and years." It's like, "Man, your wife's absolutely beautiful today. She's beautiful. Oh yeah, y'all a beautiful couple." Or your bride's beautiful. That's perfectly fine. But the word specifically fine would be if BJ all of a sudden walked up to me and was like, "Yeah, Angel's fine." I'd be like, "What?" Like, it would sound weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it would sound different. So on that point, I do agree with him. But yeah, a lot of times men won't do that. Now they may say stuff to their boys once he leaves, and like, "You seen his wife though?"
Where I think your take is a little skewed. No, women be meaning. The woman said, "I know you must be happy."
No, everything she said was like, no. Everything she said would be, women do that to each other all the time, but a man could not do that talking about a man's wife.
I do think there are degrees to it. I do think
it's a double standard, really. Like, a woman can say a lot more and get away with a lot more.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Than a man can about a wife.
I do think women are able to finesse their words in a lot more. We have a more variety in how we can say something, whether it be meant to be sexual, whether it just means to be a compliment, but being very blatant about the compliment. I do think when it comes to husbands, I think women also kind of carry the same courtesy depending on the relationship with the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I would say,
definitely matters.
so for instance, I'm trying to think of like one of my married friends. Like, I would never say to like Tab's husband. So like when we went to his retirement party, there were a lot of people who have known them since they lived in North Carolina. And so people were given his nickname Genuine, right? Yeah. Or when they first met, like, oh, he's so fine. A lot of people find Chance to be like this very attractive man, right? I would never be like, Tab, your husband is fine. Yeah. I would never do that. If Chance was dressed really nice, I'd be like, okay, Chance, okay, I see you. I would give him the black woman compliment that I would give a black woman. You know what I'm saying? It would never be something that would ever cross over into like, okay, like that seemed thirsty. Now, when it comes to people who I don't know, that I don't have a personal relationship with, I really don't. Women compliment my husband's looks. Even women who, first of all, I have had friends who have met you for the first time that go ahead and put it out there. Angel, your husband fine. But that's the end of the conversation. Yeah. That's it. They make it known that they see.
Yeah.
But it's not something that it's a recurring.
Right. And that's not something that a dude would be able to do. Yeah. Like, it's just like, hey, by the way, Mark, your wife is fine.
Yes.
Like, he wouldn't do it. It's like, oh, man, your wife's beautiful. Thank you. I've had dudes say that in the gym when we would cross paths. It's like, oh, man, your wife's beautiful. Thank you. Simple as that. But ain't none of them dare said, these is L.A. dudes. You know, they refer to women normally as B. Oh, that B over there. It was like, that threw me way off when I first moved there. I'm like, what? Really, dude?
You like, that's how?
But even them dudes, it's like, oh, man, your wife's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have, in my course of life, because we've been married for almost 15 years, dated for 18, I have had several people who have met you for the first time that have never, like, didn't know what you look like face to face, that have did a sidebar. Hey, good job. And I'll be like, I know. Now, because we're in the public eye, the comments are just, there was somebody, I thought it was hysterical, actually. She sent me a DM that wasn't meant for me. She was trying to send a post that I had posted with you in it to someone else, but instead it sent me a message. So she was like, girl, this is the couple I'm talking about. I love her. She's so funny. And she was, oh no, it didn't even have you in the post. She was like, this is somebody I follow. I think Angel is so funny. And her husband is fine AF, right? And because she's saying my name in third person and she's talking about my husband also in third person, I was like, did you mean to send this to me? And she was like, nope, with the laughing face emoji. She said, but I meant everything I said.
I ain't gonna meet you no time soon.
Right. I meant everything I said. But listen, I think my husband's very attractive. Marcus knows I compliment this man every single day. He be thinking I have bad taste because I'll compliment him when he be thinking he look bummy. I'll be like, you fine as hell to me. So I expect women to find my husband attractive. I'm not saying every woman does, but I know what I got. So it's not like a big thing if I see it in a comment or something like that. But I do think there is definitely a level of respect on both genders. But like you said, with a dude, I could see how it would be very odd if somebody that you were really good friends with was like, but Marcus, Angel fine. Angel sexy. So yeah. I could see you being like, hey, you can keep your inner monologue to yourself. Yeah. So you don't actually, I get to hear that you find all the time from other people. You don't get reminded like I do on a constant basis. No, I'm saying by people to my face saying it.
Women tell me outside.
Women, I'm talking about.
Because dudes ain't going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. You don't get to hear it face to face as much as I do from people who would actually have want a chance with you.
You know what's annoying? What has become extremely annoying?
What's annoying?
Every time we meet somebody, whether they know Angel or not, They want to tell me how great of a person you are. I know her better than you do.
Oh,
let me tell you what you got here. Shut up.
Why don't you like that they trying to
Because it happens so, like, literally every conversation. Even Quinn.
Well,
Marcus.
Quinn, that's what Quinn loves to do.
Let me tell you. Shut up, Quinn. I live with this woman.
Why don't you like hear people toot my
It
horn?
happens so much.
Okay.
Because I just want to tell people, hey, I know. I don't need you to tell me. You just met her, or you see her maybe once every 3 years. I know. I don't need to hear how much of a great person that they think you are. I already know you're a great person.
So you don't want to hear people praising your wife to you?
Not that much. It's like going to church. I get sick and tired of hearing people praise God. So it's like, shut up. He's sick and tired of hearing it. It's like black people stay up in church. God, like, shut up.
You should like it.
I do like it, but not like you don't understand. You have no idea.
Yes, I do.
How much?
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Like, hey, I know. All angels friends, I know.
So they're just asking. They just want to have a meeting of someone that they can have a mutual conversation
Tell
with.
the last person that said it. They standing right behind you. Tell them. I used to hit people with that. It was like, hey, I'm dope too. Oh, no, yeah, hey, just keep it right there.
You just stay in the me.
No, it's too much. No. It's so much. All the goddamn time. I know.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So, you all know, because I brought up my therapist so many times, that I am in therapy. And one of the things that I am now trying to implement at least once a week, I want to implement it more, is where I literally sit outside and do like a brain dump, as far as in a prayer journal, to just focus on the things that I am just grateful for, as well as be very intentional about the things that I'm working towards. And for me, this is not just about spiritual health, but this is about my mental health. This is how I take care of my mind, right? How well would you take care of your car if you had to keep the same one your entire life, right? That's how our brains work. So why shouldn't we treat them the same way, right? With the same type of care. How we care for our minds affects how we experience life. So it's important to invest time and care into keeping them healthy. There are plenty of ways to support healthy brains, like learning a new language or taking power naps. There's also BetterHelp online therapy. I have experienced BetterHelp, as well as I've experienced therapy in general. BetterHelp matched us with a therapist so quick when we were using it that I couldn't imagine having to find one on my own at that time, because it's just like an overwhelming amount of like things that you're trying to look for, where BetterHelp makes it so that you can be matched with somebody that is available easily, and as well as we were looking for a couples therapist, so this is somebody who had that in their wheelhouse. For me, with therapy in general, I can't even express how much personal growth I have had in the 3 months I've been doing therapy. It has been life-changing, not only for me, but for my husband.
I'm like, so what y'all talk about today?
For my friends, it's been life-changing. Just having someone with that bird's eye view into my life that's helping me sort through my problems, helping me come up with ways to actually reach my goals and see the barriers that I have set there accidentally, and help me remove those, is just, it's priceless. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers you phone, video, and even live chat for your therapy sessions. So you can also turn off the camera if you don't want to see anybody, if you just want to just have the voice. You also should know that it is more affordable than in-person therapy. So those of you all who are like, I'm on a budget, this is a really cost-effective way to be able to still take care of yourself mentally. And like I said, in under 48 hours, you are matched with a therapist. It happens so fast. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/argue.
Argue.
That's betterhelp.com/argue.
Argue.
All right. So that was a good segment. Yeah. That hot Tanksley
Let me
take.
tell you about you. You can't tell me about my wife.
Yes, they can.
I know her. I live with this woman.
They can tell you about me. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's move to our next segment. Our next segment is TikTok o'clock.
Angel, girl, what time is it?
TikTok o'clock. So I'm going to play for you, a clip that we have from TikTok. Let me make sure we're muted on this side.
I recently saw a tweet that said, "Are you all going to complain about gas prices every single day?" Abso-freaking-lutely. Because I literally remember when $6 gave me a full tank. Literally. This is insane.
That was a sound from DeAndre Brown, who is a big TikTok star. And yes, gas prices. I don't think we're ever going to stop complaining about them. Ever.
No, it's I don't know if in history there's ever been a spike this big in gas within the the last 6 months or a year. It's like we used to get gas going up 50 cents, 75 cents to the gallon, but it went up like $3.
It is kind of crazy.
And it's crazy is like because anytime throughout history that I've, at least in my lifetime I've always paid attention. Anytime gas goes up, it never goes back to the price that it was. Anytime it goes up, it may go back down from that peak, but it levels like halfway back.
It sets a new normal.
The new normal, yeah.
It sets a new normal.
But it's something I like. I don't really this is you driving around, you got to get gas unless you're driving electric. Stop suggesting a Tesla for us, y'all. Our family cannot fit in a goddamn Tesla.
Now, none of the electric cars, none of the electric SUVs do I feel comfortable putting my big kids in.
No, not at all. Until actually, they about to do the Navigators and all of that electric eventually because they got the pickup truck and it's basically the same chassis. But yeah, that's not happening. Anyway, even a hybrid, I'd take that in that version. But yeah, that's something people are gonna complain about it because it was back then. Even in the past, people would complain about it just by going up just a little bit. So for it to be like dollars and dollars,
yeah,
that's a lot. When you go from, I could fill up my truck for $70, $80, and now it's $170, $180.
It takes you $180.
I got a bigger tank than you, and I use premium.
Okay, yeah, it takes me $125, I think, to fill up, and it's gone in less than a week.
Yeah, I got like a 28-gallon tank, close to 30-gallon tank. So
less than a freaking week.
Yeah, and I get much better mileage than you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My mileage is terrible. So like I said, I feel like my gas tank throws up gas the way Kai used to throw up breast milk.
Yeah, projectile.
Super
soaker.
It is. It is pretty terrible. But yeah, we're gonna keep complaining about it because we should complain about it and it should get annoying to the people who have control over why we're paying this much.
They ain't hearing it.
They're like, I'm fine.
They don't hear none of these complaints.
I'm fine.
What you gonna do? Bike?
Listen, if I could, I would, because the gas prices are ridiculous.
They are, especially in California. Depending on where you at, like it's stupid expensive. Like there was one spot that was like $8 a gallon, and I don't understand how these stations people still get gas there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was on my way home one day, and there was I was literally about to run out of gas. I said, I'm just going first gas station I come up on, I'm just gonna put 2-3 gallons in here to get me home because I was picking up kids from school.
Mm-hmm.
And this gas station, the premium gas was like $7.85.
Jesus.
But there was other people there just filling up. And I'm looking at their cars. I'm like, I know you can't be balling that much.
It's one of those things though, regardless of, you think, well, there ain't no way anybody coming here. Sometimes you put yourself in the predicament where yourself, well, this is where I got to go.
Like I said, they got 3 gallons worth gas.
Right. You were like, I'll find the next place.
I got my Shell station I go to that's a little out of the way, but hey, that gas be cheap.
See, you talking about Shell. Angel will find an Arco in a second. Arco, where you at? Where you at, Arco?
Shell's been good to my cars.
Mm-hmm. Arco been good to mine too. And I'll be like, you gonna be mine for forever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that before the summer is over, At least it'll dip down underneath 5 here. I'm hoping that would be great. But yeah, there's about to be a new normal, and it ain't gonna be 3.
They ain't going back to wherever you was living, $2-3 a gallon. If it's up to $4.50, it's only going back down to about $3.90.
If it's gonna go down, we need to be closer to a presidential election. That's when the things be like all of a sudden miraculously happening that wasn't possible at one point in time. But yeah, I feel bad for anybody else who has a big old car like myself.
Yeah,
because we have limited options.
We got GM got their electric with the Silverado, and then Ford got the electric pickup F-150, the Lightning. It's only a matter of time before they make the Tahoes, the Escalades, the Navigators, the Expeditions. All those about to be electric.
And we're gonna be right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there. We got solar panels. We ain't paying for none of that charging.
Oh, we got to put the thing in.
That's fine.
We'll put that in. Yeah, charge it up.
But until then, give me that premium.
What that girl say? Want it up? That's what we want.
What up?
Okay. Well, let's talk about. Oh, and if you're not following us on TikTok, as you should be, I am That Chick Angel TV on TikTok. And what are you on TikTok?
Tank Don't Talk.
Yes, so you can watch our amazing content, and you can also send us videos over there. I think you might not be able to. Can people send TikTok videos to us if we don't follow them?
Girl, I don't know.
You know we don't know.
Yeah, come on, man.
But follow us over there regardless. All right, let's go into the main topic. Babe, you want to cue it up?
Yeah.
Cue it up. This is, this
you looking at it. I'm not.
I know, we talked about it. Here.
I know. Why'd you just turn the computer?
Babe, it's still straight. It's straight. It's straight to the camera.
God dang, man.
I did. I just straightened it to the camera, to the carpet.
If you had to name this upcoming chapter of your marriage, what would it be called and why?
Yes.
Take it.
Well, first of all, tell them why we're even talking about our marriage.
Well, our anniversary is coming up, y'all. We about to celebrate 15 years on the 14th.
Yeah. that almost killed you.
Yeah, it did. Got a nosebleed. Yeah, we about to celebrate 15 years on the 14th. And we are doing our usual, it's supposed to be a surprise vacation. Angel found out, the heifer.
It wasn't on purpose.
Nah, it wasn't on purpose. She let me know. She was like, oh, I feel so bad. But anyway, we about to celebrate that. So this upcoming chapter, that's a perfect title because we about to enter we
got to look up and see if 15 represents, a lot of, even though 15 isn't really a milestone, I wonder, like, if 15 is called some, you have your gold, your silver. I'm going to look it up before
It's a title and name for everything these days. I'm so annoyed by it all.
Why be annoyed?
I saw a TikTok the other day where this lady was talking about all the different types of men. She went from beta to zeta.
What?
The alpha man, the beta man, and he does this, and the sigma, and I'm so annoyed with titles.
People, all it is marketing. People come up with titles so they can market.
It's so annoying.
But let me tell you what ain't annoying. Hiya.
It ain't.
Hiya is our next sponsor, and our children love. I am not kidding. I know sometimes y'all be like, Angel, do you be telling the truth in these ads? This one, well, all of them I tell the truth, but this one, I could literally do this ad for about 5 minutes because that is how much Kai and Sai love their Hiya children's vitamins. So typically children's vitamins are like candy in disguise. You might as well be giving them actual gummy worms, Sour Patch Kids, because of all the sugar that they put in it, chemicals and gummy junk that kids actually shouldn't be eating. And we don't like giving our kids candy. So we don't want to also then give them things that are like candy in order for them to think they're doing something healthy. Well, Hiya was created to remove all of that. The pediatrician approved superpowered chewable vitamin. So let me just start right there. The fact that it's chewable, you already winning for me because it makes it so easy for my kids to be able to take. They can take it on their own. I don't have to sit there and be like, okay, let's do a big swallow. They're able to chew it up on their own. So if you were to look at a regular children's vitamin, a lot of them have like 5 grams of sugar, which obviously all that sugar can contribute to health issues. Well, Hiya is made with 0 sugar, 0 gummy junk, and it tastes great, and it's perfect for picky eaters, which I have to very, very picky eaters. Haya fills in the most common gaps in modern children's diet to provide full body nourishment that our kids need with a yummy taste they love. It's formulated with the help of nutritional experts. Haya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruit and vegetables, then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bone, and more. Obviously, if we're talking about it, it is non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gluten-free, nut-free, and everything else you can imagine. Haya is designed for children of all ages and set straight to your door so parents have one less thing to worry about. Truly, our kids love it. Kai reminds me every day to take his Haya vitamins. He's like, Mama, can I have my vitamin? And I'm like, all right, you can go ahead and have it. It is like the highlight of his day. And then he got to decorate the bottle with his name. So did Sai. So the bottles look really, really cute with the little stickers on it. My kids really love it. So we've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/argue. This deal is not available on their regular website. So go to hayahealth.com/argue and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. And we thank Haya for sponsoring today's podcast.
Absolutely.
Now, my best friends are coming up next. And you know who my best friends are? Rothy's. Let's be honest. Y'all know we've been dealing with Rothy's for a long time now because Rothy's is the business. Okay? I am telling you right now, my Rothy's shoes are so comfortable. I have a shelf of shoes where, like, you know, I got to reach up. I got to get on a step stool to get the shoes. My Rothy's, I put them on the floor because I wear them so much. Ain't no point in me putting them up for me to have to keep getting up on the step stool to get. My cheetah print shoes, which we've been doing Rothy's for 2 years. My cheetah print shoes still in phenomenal shape, honey, and they got some miles on them things. But they also look great because they are machine washable. I was able to pull that goddamn insert out, put that whole thing, insert and shoe in the machine, wash it. Looks brand new. First of all, first time you wear them, they already feel like they've been broken in. So you ain't got to go through that, oh, my corns, oh, my bunion, oh, they tight, they got to stretch. No, Rothy's is like, we already here, babe. Just get with us. Come on. Also, what did I say earlier in this podcast? Put your money where your heart is. Rothy's is super duper sustainable. They took that thing all the way to the next level. All their products are knit with thread made from plastic water bottles. They've repurposed around 125 million water bottles so far. That's just crazy. Yeah. It's amazing. So they have so many different styles that's perfect for any walk of life. I'm in that auntie phase, so my cheetah print, they my clutch. They my go-to. Does it have cheetah print angel on it? I do. Thank you. But they also have some really other great styles. Their flats are amazing. They have flats like little sneakers. They have driving shoes for men. And again, the biggest part is that they are comfortable. If you were at Essence Fest, this was not a time to be wearing heels. You needed a pair of Rothy's to walk around because the convention center was like a square mile over.
Over a mile long.
Over a mile long. Y'all, this Rothy's is what you needed so you're not out there hurting and wondering why you can't stand during the Janet Jackson concert. So your new favorite shoes are waiting. Discover the versatile styles you can wear absolutely anywhere and get 20% off your first purchase at rothys.com/argue. That's ROTHYS.com/argue. For 20% off your first order. All right, so that should have given you some time to think about what would it be called? The upcoming chapter.
Nah.
I know you asked me to answer it first, but I couldn't do the thinking and read the ads at the same time.
I wasn't expecting that to happen. I would have to do something with the step up. You know, you got stepping stones. Actually stepping up on that stone that we've built. Because I feel like through everything that we've done thus far, I feel like this is now the time to put all those lessons in action.
Keep going.
Yeah, this is the time. It's like the experience I gained from even the 9 to 5 to, the how can I say, the hills and valleys of everything, of first starting off doing a podcast and getting on social media, the learning experience, the experiences from being surrounded by people doing similar things or even different things or just things in business, hearing all those lessons taught, those experiences. I just feel like it's time for us to now, as we've already started, but time for us to now use all those experiences that we've been basically smothered in. Because it's like, let's say everybody's, even when we sitting around having fun, it's like something comes out. Oh, you remember that time? It might even be funny, but it's just like we surrounded by the same people with the same mindset. So to get all of that, take that, mold it into, what it is, and that block is set. Now it's time for us to step on that and use all of that to get to a higher level.
So step up.
The step up.
I think I would stick with what was my, so at the top of the year, if you all don't know this who are watching, with my Patreon, this is the second year we've done it. We've done vision boards, and we do a word for the year. And my word for 2022 was takeoff, right? And a part of the takeoff was not only taking some of the responsibilities off of my shoulders that I no longer needed to be doing and hiring people to do. It was also takeoff for my career, meaning my career was finally taking off. I've been running down this jetway for umpteen years. It's now time for that landing gear to go up and for me to take off. But I also think that applies to our marriage. I feel like in the 15 years, and thank you guys so much for letting me know, 15 is crystal
year. I knew y'all would find something.
Well, and that's usually like the type of gifts.
What about 16? Uranium.
They do. They have like it's mainly it's like the gift idea. It's like year one is paper.
All right,
and
Swarovski it is.
Listen, that's what you got me for my wedding gift. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I would say take off for us, the Tanksley takeoff year, because especially with me being in therapy and Marcus then being adjacent, even though we have a therapy session on Friday. You better get your energy and strength up. Our growth as individuals and our desire to be better mates for each other is causing us to soar even more so than before. Even like looking at the fun content that we've been making with each other and how that is having more eyeballs on us. While, yes, there were a lot of people at Essence that recognized me and talked to me, there were a lot of people who recognized Marcus and recognized the content that he and I make together and appreciated the content that you and I both make. And I feel like that is a part also is a part of the takeoff, is that we are creating a synergy together, almost like a centripetal force that is causing us to be able to have that whole soaring effect. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That was harder to create, obviously, when you were working your 9 to 5, because your energy was being pulled in ways that I couldn't
counter.
Yeah, I couldn't counter. And also, now you being on this side of it, you can understand how my energy is sometimes pulled, because now it's being pulled from you, a little different, but also still more similar than before.
Yeah.
So definitely the take off year, and I don't just mean that in occupational way. I just mean that as partners, I feel like we're getting better for each other. Like even my desire to be better is different than it was in other years. If I can low key be honest, y'all know I ain't never had a real confidence problem, at least not since 8th grade or middle school. maybe a little bit of ninth, but I have been really good at keeping my self-esteem at a healthy place. In our marriage starting out, I was very confident in how great of a wife I was. When, to be honest, I was good but closer, but I like fluctuated between mediocre and good. I thought I was fluctuating between good and great. Because of what I felt like the standard was. Like, I was just like, I'll never ever cheat on you. That's not even something that I even want to feel the guilt of. So you ain't got to worry about that. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a learning curve for both of us. It's like, and it was, even when it came up, like anytime one of us was like, well, so-and-so, it don't matter what the hell so-and-so doing.
Right.
Like, there ain't no comparison over here. I'm not that person. You not this person. So we're not doing that.
Yes.
It's like what we need out of each other. Don't start comparing yourself. You would always look better. You can always look better than somebody else is doing something that you wouldn't.
Absolutely.
But then there's also somebody else doing something that you wouldn't, that you won't look as good.
At 100%. That is 100%. I think I was just like you ain't got to, I'm gonna be here. Like, that was my my stand. I'm gonna be here. Like, what?
And I cheat, but I ain't gonna leave you. He left his wife. Who does that? Like,
was that your standard?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I would want you to leave. Don't
I
stay.
ain't going nowhere.
Do not
I
stay.
ain't signing no papers.
Please leave. If that is what you're going to be doing, don't want you here.
I think that's one thing we were always glad where we didn't live around our families, because it was one thing we always avoided: outside influence.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we are allowing outside influence, but it's curated to influence that we know is going to be unbiased, but also, because it's our therapist that we're allowing to be the outside influence, but also first listen to how we want our marriage to actually be and help us go there, versus this is how marriages should look. This is where I want you to be. And like, our marriage is healthy. This is not a facade. You all be seeing the bad moments.
Yeah, y'all literally be seeing the bad moments.
Y'all see the bad moments.
Like, go back and look for them uncomfortable. That's our bad moments. But even though we've seen much worse moments out of other people, it's like that's just something that they're going through. They're going to come out of there. We ain't judging nobody for nothing.
100%. Not at all. So, and I think we have coasted down the expressway. We coasted because we have fortunately had a very healthy marriage without the pressure. Well, one, without the pressure of outside influence. Two, just because in general, I think we both wanted this marriage to work. So we already had a common goal of like,
we had that 7-year common goal. Like, we can push that. Hey, it is what it is. We had a good run.
But we coasted because that was like the problem I had before. We were like, well, this is good. Like, this is great. Where now, with us being in therapy, me mostly being in therapy and Marcus being willing to do like a few sessions with me here and there, we are forcing ourselves to take the step up that you're talking about. Because we could be at level 2 and be straight. Yeah. We got a good view from level 2.
Yeah, let me clarify Angel's therapist. She's dope. I love that woman. She is great.
Yeah.
But the stuff she be asking me is like asking me to do a problem out of a quantum physics textbook. Like, she asked me something. I'm like, wait, hold on. Do I carry ones in this problem? Like, it'd be so. I'm like, I be telling her, see, my mind don't be going here.
The fact of the matter is that she does it with me. So
yeah.
I'll be like, I'm drowning in this question. It's going to take me a while to be able to swim and give you an answer.
And I'd be like, good, because that's how I be feeling when you be like, so Marcus, what?
But I don't shy away from it. I just be like, what I'll do, which is different than you, I will just start talking until I find where I'm trying to get. And I'll say, this is just going to be verbal diarrhea. I'll let you know when I've actually gotten to the answer.
because I'll throw something at her like, so what you think? She's like, I'm asking you the question. Yeah, but I'm asking what you
I've
think
had to
about
do that
question.
before. I've had to be like, I do not know. I do not. And she'll ask for permission to brainstorm with me. But typically I will be over here just, okay, so if you carried a 2 and I'll be doing
She
the
be
math
looking at me
equation.
like, you really don't like me, do you? I'm like, nah, that ain't what I'm saying.
No.
It's just where you be taking me, I don't like.
Well, let me tell you where I like going is to my ritual vitamins. We already took care of the kids. Now let's take care of mama. First of all, gaps in our diets should not be ignored. I know a lot of people be like, oh, and I'm so healthy. I'm vegan or I'm vegetarian or I eat only organic. Baby, come on.
Shut up.
No, you got gaps in your diet. Like Michael Strahan got the gap in his teeth, okay? There is a space. Okay, and I'm not picking on the gap. He has a gap is all I'm saying. And we have gaps in our diet. The soil is different. Our plants are different. There's a lot of things that make it so that we are not getting everything we need. Well, Ritual says, I got you, boo. Okay? So Ritual's essential for women 18 plus. Multivitamin is the multivitamin that I take. It was formulated with exhaustive research. So you want to know that because you want to be taking your vitamin for a reason, not just to add a supplement to your day. You want it to be addressing the things that you need it to address. And through their research, they were able to create and formulate a vitamin with nutrients that help support brain health, bone health, blood health, and provide antioxidant support. You also want that research to be at a certain standard. The way I research versus the way my children research, there's a different level to this. Well, Ritual, they did the gold standard university-led clinical trial to prove the impact of their vitamins on women 18 plus, right? And so what did that research show? That it helps increase vitamin D levels. Also, it also increases the omega-3 DHA levels as well in 12 weeks. That's 3 months. That's one season. In one season, you can improve these areas. So Ritual is committed to third-party testing from USP in the non-GMO project and traceable and vegan-friendly ingredients and always clear communication, no shady stuff. And Ritual just released something new. It's called Symbiotic, okay? What that is a gut health supplement with clinically studied probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics in one minty capsule. Just one day, delayed release. Symbiotic Plus, is the name of the product. I was leaving off that plus. Symbiotic Plus is the name of the product. Capsule per day supports your gut with all the quality and traceability you expect from Ritual. Like I said, I love Ritual. I can tell the difference between a high quality vitamin and some the trash that you can get at the grocery store. There is a huge difference with Ritual because of the fact that they're using things that are good for you that your body can actually compute, and because they do a delayed release capsule. Those things are clutch to actually having a multivitamin really work for you. So right now, Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off their first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/argue. And turn healthy habits into a ritual. That's 10% off at ritual.com/argue. So, did we close that out? I'm trying to think. It was that last thing. Okay, what was it?
No, it was, you were basically talking about the therapy.
Okay, so just, so having this therapist that is now able to point out some of our blind spots. It's kind of like getting a trainer. You might be very healthy. Your body might look okay. Then when you work with a trainer, you get more shredded. You get more cut. You know what I'm saying?
You realize you got some muscles that you weren't working.
That is what I feel like our takeoff year. Another reason why I feel like this is a takeoff year for us, because we're no longer just being like, oh, we're great on level 2. We are using the help of a professional to like stretch us and work us in ways to just improve us.
Right.
Okay, we have another. Our producer gives us usually 2 to 3 options for the main topic, but we like 2 of them, so we're gonna do the next one as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell them what it is, babe.
You Expect me to remember it?
Okay, then don't read it. Tell them what it is.
Shoot.
Any day now.
Oh, if you could travel back in time. Tell yourself one thing before your wedding day. Yeah, before your wedding day, what would that be? I would tell myself what?
I would tell myself, pay for a makeup artist. You cannot do all of this on your own. I would then also say, micromanage your wedding planner even better. Don't let them. I'd planned the wedding, and then on the day I handed it off but I really didn't get to hand it off, and I really was a control freak at that time, which I appreciate that I was. But there were some things that didn't happen that I wanted to happen, and make sure that your niece was sitting with her mother. Make sure your niece was sitting with her mother so that we didn't have a flower girl that we didn't ask to have. That would be.
Oh.
Those are looking back. Those are the things, and also just have one minister. Just have one minister.
Yeah.
Not 4. 1.
It was 3, and then the 4th one came out of nowhere.
What would you?
Yeah, dang. I would on the wedding day. I would be on my barber because the angel reminded me how pissed off I was about my boy Jones. He was the only person I let cut my hair outside of my brother. If I didn't cut it. And that day I was like, give me the tape and make sure it's clean. He gave me the most mild haircut. It was like a lineup and a small tape. And I think, yeah, I was so mad. I'm like, I'm usually crisp and clean. I've been in California. Barbers ain't got nothing on the barbers in Kentucky. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
That it's a huge difference. But I'm like, I'm about to be fresh and clean. Then I'm in a rush, so I couldn't go back and sit down. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah. It was mild for Marcus, and Marcus's taper is usually light.
So
that makes me think. The question that we asked the Hot Tanksley Take? I remember on that wedding day, Nina was like, Angel, I saw Marcus, and your man looks fine as hell. And I was like, does he? She's like, girl. So
that's the difference. That's the wedding day. You see if that Marcus Tank. Hey, wait till you see Angel. Like they're gonna be like, you like her? You gonna like her hair? Ain't nobody thinking that. That, and I would make sure that I got one of them goddamn energy drinks that my groomsman and brother best man was drinking up. They were tearing them goddamn energy drinks up. I'm the one that need the energy.
Oh, babe.
And then I don't even know if it would be possible, but try to remember the first reception.
Yeah.
Because we had a cake and punch reception right after the wedding, and then we had like the party, like with all the liquor and everything and food at a different location. I remember to this day, seeing people, but I don't remember holding conversations. And I remember seeing people like years later. It's like, was I rude to you?
No, I know.
They were like, no, we sat and talked for a long time. It's like, I'm sorry. It was such a blur, like looking back on it.
We were talking
actual reception. I remember all of that, but that
first
cake and punch reception.
It was a lot. We recently went to a wedding in Cancun, and one of the singers that was at our wedding was there, and they had gotten into a car accident
the day of. The way to the wedding.
Yeah, so the wedding was starting late, and I didn't want to start my wedding late. So when they were pausing the wedding, when I didn't give permission, they were like, because the singers are here. I was like, then play a track. Like,
yeah, it's like, what happened? It's like got into a wreck. So are they going to catch a cab? Like,
listen, I cared not. I feel so bad. And I said, and I actually apologized. I said, I remember not caring. He said, you shouldn't have cared. Yeah. He was like, it was your wedding day. You should not have cared about us. We just wanted to let you know where we were. Real quick, and then we'll go to the next segment. So when we renew our vows for our 20th, what is tell me one thing you really want to have happen, or something that you would love for the 20th that we weren't able to accomplish on our first or our 10th?
A location.
Oh, you want to go somewhere to get married?
Yeah.
Like out of the country, or just someplace nice?
Definitely off the continental United States.
Oh, so it could be in Hawaii and you would be fine. Okay.
Yeah. But I want everybody there.
Regular big size wedding, but everybody get your
Not
butt over
everybody, because that was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, we
all
invited
the
him.
main folks.
Mm-hmm.
And some main adjacent.
Yeah.
So be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big thing is I want to have a lot of input, but I want to have no part in the execution.
Yeah. That's what it's going to take, because Angel's been in plays that she took over. She was supposed to be part of the cast. Like, Heifer, why are you directing and rewriting?
I want a full glam squad. I want my dress to have been taken to the steamers and cleaned. Not me do it. Somebody else did it. I picked out the flowers with the wedding planner, but I didn't have to go pick them up. Like, I forgot my wedding bouquet. I didn't order one. We had to, on the day, be like, do y'all have any extra flowers to wrap up and make me a wedding bouquet?
Had a lot. You was getting your dress made and designed. And
I was making stuff.
We were decorating the reception hall.
Yeah. I don't want to do any of that.
The day before the wedding, we friends and everybody showed up. We hanging up lights and fabric and stuff, and people giving opinions, and then me being like, shut up, your opinion don't matter.
Right. I would love to have someone else do all of the execution. And me
to do it like at that age, and first time around, you're supposed to do everything.
I mean, well, some people don't have to, but we did, and I don't want to have to do it for my 20th. I want to be able to show up. I want to wear a dress that just makes Marcus's mouth drop to the floor and be like, oh, so that's how you feel. And I'm be like, yep, that's how I feel. Yes, we won't.
Come out and shorts the size of tidy whities.
Ooh, I love it. They don't know what we doing during the cocktail hour. You know, when the guests are just mingling. Yeah. They'll be like, are Marcus and Angel taking pictures? They'll be like, we have not seen Marcus and Angel.
They'll look at me like, he ain't got nothing on none of that suit coat, dude.
I'm like, you know what we did. We going to be there at the reception. Y'all drink these cocktails real quick.
You stupid.
Okay, so we have a new segment. Tell them what the segment is, baby.
Take our advice.
Hey, oh, yeah, yeah.
You heard it right. TANK. Take our advice. It's basically a new segment to where people send in a question or a piece of advice that they want, and they're gonna get advice from us.
All right, so we got a really good one from Keisha Brinkley.
What advice would you give to a woman in her 40s and still looking for love?
Ooh, baby girl. This is what I say to a lot of my girlfriends. And again, I recognize, and I know Melissa and Kevin have said this a lot of times. They like, we don't give dating advice because they've been so far removed.
Yeah.
We have been so far removed, and the dating landscape has changed a lot since we were out here. But I feel like there are certain things that remain true. I think a lot of my friends, the one thing that I have seen that I felt like, you can't do that, is that they're in their 40s, but they're dating like they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Meaning they date with the expectation that what they bring to the table is the thing that is valuable to the other person on the other side of the table. Meaning, oh, I got this together, I got this, I got blah, blah, blah. Is that valuable to the person that you're dating?
Right. And will that be valuable to you in a relationship?
Right. So I feel like in our 20s, those are things that we really don't like, because we probably have less to bring to the table. Those things are like, well, I did this and I did that, so it should be important to you. But when you're 40 and you're dating I'm going to say men, if I'm referring to a woman, because that's the only way I've ever dated. I think priorities and what someone is looking for are different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In my 20s, yes, I was looking for someone to have children with. I was looking for someone to build with. As a 40-year-old woman who is now established in her career, had all the kids that I was ever going to have, even if I didn't have them inside of a marriage, I'm not going to be looking for someone necessarily to build with. Yeah. I'm going to be looking for someone to fill in those areas of my life that I don't want to do by myself anymore, which would be, I want to be able to read. to have a lot of relaxation with the person that I am involved with. I'm going to want somebody, yes, if I'm still raising small children, to not replace whoever the baby daddy is, but to support me in the raising of my children, to understand my schedule. So I think, so the long story short, and then Marcus, you go ahead and answer, is remember you're not 20. Remember that the person you're dating isn't 20, and think about the fact that even though the things that you're bringing to the table are important to you, you got to find out if it's important to them. And if it's not, then don't be trying to throw it around as if that's why you deserve the moon and the stars, because you might not be their moon and stars.
Right.
What are you?
Yeah, mine. The first thing that comes when I heard the question, first thing that comes to thought is, have you dated a lot in the past?
Mm-hmm.
And have you been looking for love all of this time? Because if that's the case, I think some self-reflection may be needed of why something didn't work out in the past already. If that's the case, if you haven't really dated a lot and you just got to the point of, you know what, or you had a change of mind of, you know what, I do want to date somebody and find love, that'd be a different approach. I agree with Angel. I would I was about to say just be you. If being you has been worked okay and you haven't dated a lot, because being you may be the reason that you aren't with somebody if you've been dating a lot. So that's what I mean by self-reflection. But on the other hand, don't be somebody that you're not just because you're looking, because that's what we say. First dates, people are the person that they want to be, not who they actually are.
Yeah, the representative.
Yeah, the representative shows up. At 40, I'm like, don't waste no time. Be exactly who you are. Be honest, straight up front, and let that person know what you're looking for. Because, not to say it's like the deadline is right there, but you don't want to waste a bunch of time with somebody.
Right.
And with, their interpretation of what this is not what it actually is.
Right.
It's just like, oh, we just gonna date, and, it might be 6 months later and he's still looking at you. It's like, oh, no, this is just a thing. We just dating. It's like, no, let you know on date number 3.
Right.
This is what I'm looking for, homeboy.
Yeah.
So then you can quickly, after date number 3, maybe that 3rd or 4th week after that day, you may, hey, play a kick rocks. I'm going to move on to the next one.
Yeah. I definitely, I think it's always great to set the expectation. I would say even at 40, don't forget you still should have fun while you're dating.
Absolutely.
I think we can get so caught up, especially as women, with the desire to want to be married. I know if I was still at this age, still looking for a husband, it would probably be very hard for me not to try to put that as my main focus and then not even enjoy the people that I'm dating. But the biggest thing, at least have fun. If it ain't going to be the person you spend a lifetime with, at least it's the person that you enjoyed spending the date with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely. Let's set that precedent of, if you want to have fun at that time.
Yeah.
Even if you realize it was like, have fun with that person till you ping another one.
Yes. Especially growing up in the church, we get so hell bent on, we got to find our mate. We got to find our husband. And yes, I'm not going to lie to you. Marriage is phenomenal when you marry the right person that you're supposed to marry. I would not want to trade places with anyone single right now, but that's because of this specific marriage. Now, there are marriages that I have had the opportunity to witness that dissolved, that I would have rather stayed single than to have gone through what those people went through. But
that's usually that forced thing of, well, we gotta go do this.
Yes.
No, you don't.
I would say at least have fun and just have fun. Obviously, you can be very honest about your expectations up front. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like your priority should be at least have fun with this person. Yeah. At least at the end of the day, when you decide, you're not the one for me, you're not regretting the time you spent.
Yeah.
You're not feeling like, well, I just wasted my time. No, I had a great time.
Me and James had a good time.
Yeah,
what happened? We just wasn't lined up like that, but yeah, it was good.
Yes. And
we ate.
And ladies, let's just have realistic expectations. You can't be 40 talking about, I don't want a man with kids. You cannot want that.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance you might not get it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You gotta be more accepting of someone older.
Yeah.
I mean, you meaning older, meaning they're not in their 20s no more. Might have an ex-wife, might have kids or whatever it may be, or just even a child that might not even be his that he's
taking care of.
No, I dated her. Me and his baby got close, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
Because they're going to have to accept some things about you.
Yeah.
You might not be able to move and groove the way you did in your 20s.
Right.
You might not want it as much as you did in your 20s.
Yeah, that thing ain't as humid as it used to be.
But that's something that you would want them to accept you so that you're not chasing after becoming your 20-year-old self.
You 40 and ain't cooking. You never know anything.
Yeah, right. Because you might be 40 years old and be like, I'm done with that life. I have cooked all my life. I am now to the place where I want to go out to nice restaurants. That is what I'm doing. You're going to want to hopefully find a dude that like enjoys going to nice restaurants. And it's not like, well, I need you to be that woman now. So we also have to
be more accepting.
Yeah, be more, not of a bunch of trash.
Not of trash.
But like
you should be happy regardless. But
yeah, this whole... He got to have this much money, have this many kids. Oh, and the last thing, and then I'll stop talking. One of the dudes I follow, Kier Gaines, he brought it up, and I was so happy because I hear women say it so many times, and I'm like, this is a lie that somebody done told. People are like, well, he got to be healed first. He's got to have worked through all of his childhood trauma. He's got to be healed. None of us have gotten to that place.
No.
None of us have
Who's more traumatized than you? Talking about somebody gotta be healed. You bleeding right now.
I definitely think wanting to date someone who is self-aware is important. Mm-hmm. But to think that you're going to get the finished product of a man before you date him when you are not the finished product of a woman is setting yourself up for failure and is unrealistic. I would never
might be finished and you over there cutting them open.
I'm not saying right. I'm not saying submit yourself to abuse. I'm not saying submit yourself to a toxic relationship, but I am saying that we are allowed to grow at the rate that we're supposed to grow at.
Right.
And you can't expect for someone to be done growing just because you done went to some self-help conferences and been in therapy for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. People will change over time.
Yes.
Me at 30 is not the same me at 40, and I'm not the same right now that I'm going to be at 50.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be a different tank sitting here.
And I'm grateful that Marcus did not need me to be this version of Angel when he met me. I could not have gotten there. I wouldn't have been there without him in all these years that have passed. So while I'm not saying you need to date a man who is emotionally stunted to the point that he's 50 acting like he's 25, yeah, that might not be for you. But recognize that you're not going to be with a finished product. But if you can find a man that is least self-reflective, that is allowing you to see him for who he is and be honest about what you're seeing,
yeah,
I feel like that's huge.
Yeah, and self-aware of himself.
Yeah. So,
self-aware.
Exactly. Yeah. If he's a decent human being, listen, we can tap into the childhood traumas and be like, you know what, we might, but if he's decent, trying to treat you right, y'all can go to therapy together. Okay. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that'd be the thing. And, I see it more so. I guess it works both ways. I've personally seen it. The dudes that want to do the right thing and want to build something, but it's just like, but he ain't got this together. But that man love you beyond words itself. It's like,
it is definitely.
You go somebody that almost like you, and that's the one you end up marrying.
My deal breakers, y'all would be shocked at how short of a list my deal breakers are when it comes to now looking at marriage. My list is very, very short compared to what I was when I was in my 20s and was not smart enough to know what actually makes a marriage work. When I was in my 20s, my deal breaker list was long as hell. Now, as a person who's been married for 15 years almost.
Breathing.
My deal breaker list is so much smaller because I now know what it actually takes to feel successful in a relationship. And it don't take a bunch of the pixie dust and bells and bows that we have allowed Hollywood to romanticize in our heads. It don't take all that.
Social media.
Yeah, social media is now a part of the Hollywood. It's now a part of the facade.
All right, let's cut it off.
I was. You kept going, and then I was like,
tell
it was
you
so
keep going.
good. It was so good. Don't you dare put that hand down. All right, guys. We gonna be gone next week.
We're going to be gone next week. Y'all ain't going to see us. So go back and watch another different episode.
Yeah, because we're
Tune
going
in to Let Us Tell It. That'll be coming up.
Is it coming up? You're not going black that week?
Nah.
All right, so y'all gotta Let Us Tell Us podcast. There'll be Here's the Thing podcast going up. But me and Marcus, we gonna be on an island. Yeah. Having a good time.
Balls out.
Lips flapping. All right, you can find me at That Chick Angel across all platforms except for Twitter, where I am at Angel the Actress. You can also check me out on the latest episode of More to the Story. And I am That Chick Angel TV on, what is that? TikTok in the YouTubes.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Marcus and on the Gram, Facebook at Marcus and on the Book. You can find my beard and body butter called Man Shit. That's MANSHYT. 100% natural. I make it myself. I use it. It's a great product. Black women love it. You can also find me on my other
YouTube channel
on Tanksley TV. And I have another podcast over there with Greg Gooseby called Let Us Tell It. It's two black men, fathers, husbands, uncles, brothers, all of that jazz. We letting y'all let us tell it. What else we got?
That's it for now.
That's it?
We'll be
All right.
good. We'll see y'all at the end of the month.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Holla back at y'all, fam.
Bye.